Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about a lot of stupid shit! From Vice, the absolute garbage on the internet! You would think there's actually worse things on the internet that report news on the internet? You'll be wrong! Yes! Vice, CNN, BuzzFeed, the New York Times, MSNBC. Woo! Quite a few places where garbage goes in to die, including Kotaku, Polygon. I was gonna say Potaku. Here is the garbage that they say from Motherboard section.
Rotten Tomatoes reveals are the culture war's new battlefield. Right-wingers are angry that critics do not have the same tastes as right-wing review bombers.
Well, no, you fucking shitty imbecile. As you've noticed, it's... No, really. I think it's because they think they are sophisticated people. They are the aristocrats, they are the elites, they are the clergymen. That's why the scores usually are different. Because only sophisticated people like garbage like Fauci or... well, Anne Boleyn. TV series that were utter fucking garbage. But most people, the common folk, me, you, everybody else, you know, the plebs, the plebeians and things like that, we usually are not that sophisticated. We are not aristocratic. We are not the elite. We are not the clergymen. As you can see here, there's a very big difference. Dave Chappelle, The Closer, we overwhelmingly loved it. And the critics hated it. But that's because the critics are usually very, very disconnected from the reality. That's the actual reason. Yes. Nothing else. It comes to a point that when I see a critic actually shitting on a TV show or a movie, I have a very nasty suspicion that the thing is probably very, very good. And we can see that with those scores. Let's see what this retard actually wrote.
America's hideous and exhausting culture war has been fought on many fronts over the years. Rotten Tomatoes which aggregates movie guides on the television reviews, is apparently the newest one. Right-wingers how barely exist. I've noticed that there's a difference between reviews by professional critics, which means we are much more important than they are, and self-reported ones by audience members. This has never happened before. And just so you know, the Rotten Tomatoes actually changed their review system after the failed Captain Marvel disgrace. Yeah. Rotten Tomatoes has been a successful useful resource for moviegoers since 1998. When it launched, initially it indexed reviews from professional critics at a wide variety of outlets, expressing them as a score ranging from fresh to rotten. The site has now allowed users to leave their own reviews, which are expressed on the same scale. Over the past few years, it has attracted political actors, especially right-wing ones. How dare they destroy our narrative? We worked so damn hard drinking our Starbucks pumping spice latte in trying to bring and create this narrative, and they go on and destroy it. How dare they?
Good lord, these people irritate me to no end. It's so very, very tiresome. Even doing the accent. Ha! Let's see. Weirdos. Oh, they actually call weirdos on YouTube. For example, make dozens of videos about box office numbers at Marvel movies with non-white, non-male leads in order to make a central point about how being woke, yet making movies starring people who aren't white men, leads to poor box office numbers. That's why it's not called a rule. It's actually... Well, actually it is a rule, but every rule has its exceptions. We remember Captain Marvel, there were multiple rumors and some confirmed. For instance, Disney actually buying large swathes of movie theater seats to show that they actually sold the numbers. Meanwhile, there was barely anyone inside. Yeah. But obviously, there are always exceptions. There's always an exception to the rule, but more often than not, going woke, he'll get you fucking broke. Remember, Why the Last Man, Ghostbusters 2016, Wokeminator, Charlie's Angels, just a few examples to show you how garbage they are. Anyway, this week the cultural miasma has spilled out beyond just the nerd sphere, as Fox News and the Federalists have both noted that there are big differences between the professional and amateur reviews of two recent productions. Fox notes that although the critics aggregated on Rotten Tomatoes do not like David Chappelle's new special The Closer, which, and his jokes are actually quite good. More than 1,000 ratings collected by the site have given it a 96% audience score. The further list targets is the National Geographic documentary about Dr. Fantoni Fauci. Yeah, ouchie Fauci, yeah! God damn it! No. These people, including the people on Vice, actually worship the guy as if he is a god or something. A deity. Jesus Christ, go lift your fucking bunghole for something else, you fucking shitfox. Let's see, critics love the nearly 3-hour-long Soviet film Stalker, while most other people in the world haven't heard of it. The idea that critics live in a bubble that puts them out of touch with real thoughts on the earth is not only obvious, but not very interesting true. But it's actually true! Critics actually live in a bubble that is completely and utterly disconnected from the average Joe or Jane that goes on to watch the movie. Anyway, has been brought up, just like your stance on The Last Jedi, making a big thing of this mostly signals your political allegiance rather than your taste. Oh, fuck yourself. Jesus Christ. Let's just jump on what Fox and the Federalists on that it doesn't matter. Tasteless jokes. They were actually very good. And even made a goddamn fucking point. Wants to bet that you people will be pretty much fucking all around if Dave Chappelle was actually completely covered in very copious amount of baby oil and a very, very tight pair of Daisy Dukes. Yes, you people will be jumping. Yes, you people will be. Anyway, it's been announced since the fish crawl out of the sea. I do not care. Let's see, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, the all-female reboot of Ghostbusters, which was an absolute fucking disgrace. Said that it would be working making changes to how audience scores are aggregated because it knows that the platform is vulnerable to review bombing. No, apparently for these idiots it only happens one way. What's missing from Fox News and Federalist analysis is the most basic thing anyone needs to know about this.
Oh, the numbers. The numbers are so very important. It's like those right-wingers are always wrong. Hashtag wrong all the time.
Good lord. That's basically right. On the Rotten Tomatoes page for the closer, there are 7 reviews from professional critics and over 2,500 reviews from the audience members. Netflix shows first don't usually draw this kind of reaction from the public. Squid Game, the most popular show on the service history, has just over 1,500 reviews. That's mostly because you fucking imbeciles have been publishing or actually publicizing what Dave Chappelle has done, and it quite frankly became very popular, and to the point that I think it's way more popular than Squid Game, or more watched than Squid Game. And quite frankly, I wouldn't blame them, because the way you fucking imbeciles have been publicizing the jokes of Dave Chappelle, which was hilarious, is quite telling. What you're doing here is kind of like publicity for him. It's just making me want to watch him even more. Anyway, which shows that this is not simply about, well, it's about the masses loving Chappelle's. That is a much simpler question. Why does the average differ between those two numbers? It's basic math. If you look at the actual reviews from critics, you can see 3 of 7 reviewers like the special, a little under half. Then put that way, it doesn't seem like critics are so out of touch with even an army of partisans after all. Seriously? Let's see. Once again, you see 3 out of 7 reviewers liked the special. 3 out of 7. That means 4 actually disliked it. Let's see, it's going to dox myself. No, apparently it won't. Let me go and check this one out. Right. It's not doxing me. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, they obviously hated only 3. So that usually means that the numbers are correct. So, in other words, the person who wrote the article on Vice is actually kind of sucky at mathematics. So let's assume this 10, 0, 10, 10, 0, 0, 0. So 7 divided by how many scores? 30 and 40. No, sorry, 30 and 0. Yeah, that's around 40%. And usually the ones Daily Beast, and Movie Nation. Those are usually the people who actually hate it. But as you can see here, they actually on the places that they actually give this score, and this is me just making the calculation easier by giving it 10 out of 10 and 0 out of 10 and things like that. Either way, as you can actually see, they gave it 2 out of 4 and 4 out of 5 and 2 out of 4. And this one actually gives an actual fresh. So the actual review score is actually correct, and it shows that they are actually quite out of touch with reality. Once again, proving that Vice doesn't do journalism and doesn't do proper mathematics either. And you can see here,
Chappelle's rampant bronzophobia. Doesn't need to be a problem as long as the jokes land. But his obsession with grievances supersedes any pretense of crossing actual humor.
Ian, you look like a lady.
Okay, I better not ask.
Anyway, if you like this type of content, stay right here on youtube.com/Jester. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want a notification. Hit the notification bell button if you want the notification. Jesus Christ. The notification when I actually upload something new. It's garbage all the way. Anyway, on that bombshell, have a great fucking night.